गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। चलिए आज आगे पढ़ेंगे कार्डियो फैट्स। मिक्सिंग कार्डियो और एरोबिक with dance or martial arts, typically done as group classes. That is nice as a break, but not as the backbone of the entire training program or even just cardio. Group activity is definitely fun, so do it by all means, but also train aerobically with running, cycling, swimming, or anything else of your choice. The limitation with the group classes is that they don't necessarily operate or function at your individual fitness levels. Excellent. So you may end up either overtraining or undertraining. Crucial fitness parameters of strength, flexibility, and endurance. So then there is also the same factor. See, the fat auntie can do it and I can't, or versions of this, so safety gets overlooked. Now you really want to dance na, wanna kick, by all means go for it. Want to learn how the Zen masters held their thighs while standing, please go ahead. Want to learn the South Indian martial art Kalari-Pattu, why not do it? But what is this obsession with mixing it up with and upping the calorie burn, etc.? Martial arts and dance form are worthy of practicing out of purity and passion, not with the greediness of losing weight. The whole mixing leads to loss of traditional sequencing or choreography by these forms of dance and martial art and leads only to sweat and not glory. Come on, there is so much more out there beyond the calorie bar. Zumba. By the way, Zumba was born out of the fact that the main instructor forgot his steps. So he made do with whatever he had and mixed various dance, martial arts, and squat, lunge kind of movements to beat the lady. Because he was a good choreographer, the class loved it. Over a period of time, this was further improvised and various other elements and stuff like toning, strengthening were added. But essentially, it was born as a nice break from the regular workout, and let us just keep it like that. Also, if you really are a fan, then on your trip abroad, forget the usual. So much you work and take a Zumba class. Ensure that the instructor is of African origin, and trust me, you will realize what pani kam chai or Zumba back home is. Second fad is cardio on empty stomach to burn fat. We have already discussed the importance of carbs in your meal prior to workout session. So just convert this to cardio after early dinner. And on a light stomach. See, let me just say it. If you are really fat, it took mehnat to get there, right? I mean, you didn't get there overnight. It's years of eating a certain way, not eating anything for the longest time. And once you start eating, not knowing where to stop, not working out, not really being very active, you have solid reasons for that, I'm sure. But the fact is that here you are after years of neglecting yourself. And when self-neglect sets in, the body forgets how to burn fat, or at least how to preferentially burn fat over the other readily available fuels. And if it took years to collect fat, it is going to take you months to lose it. Cardio on an empty stomach may lead to fat burning in a super trained athlete whose body knows how to burn fat. But in your and my body, it only means low calorie output, more fatigue, and sacrifice of that precious fat burning muscle tissue. So, no, no cardio on empty stomach, at least not till you have been consistent with training for 3 years. Okay, third is cardio before lifting weights. Now, strength training. No cardio ever before strength training. See, cardio can use glycogen, carbs, fat, and protein as fuel to produce muscular contraction and allow you to move forward. But weight training can only use glycogen as it lies in the anaerobic zone. And I'm assuming here that your reps are now 8 to 12, not high. Now, if you have already adjusted or even reduced your glycogen stores with that 10 to 20 minutes of cardio of whatever you do and on the treadmill before going into weight sections, it is like wanting your body to run on a low or zero tank. Obviously, you will end up lifting less or nothing close to your body's ability to exert muscular force. In effect, you will burn less calories during the strength weight training sessions. Due to less fuel there will be less muscle fiber recruitment, and that will have an effect on the afterburn. So very simply, the less the intensity of your workout in the anaerobic zone, the less the fat burning benefits or afterburn post exercise. So why does your trainer still ask you to do cardio then? Well, mostly because all their clients turn up late and they don't know how to say no to so many people. So even if you turn up for your 11 a.m. session, at 11 a.m. you are on the treadmill for 20 minutes because your trainer is finishing up with the earlier client who came in late. It is a logistical and not a physiological adjustment that you are making here. Also, instead of noon, you finish little later and never bother asking your trainer why your session gets extended daily. You are trained to feel that if you paid for 1 hour and got 1.2 hours, it is somewhere better. It is not, at least not for your fat burning. On the other hand, are trainers who trained you for 30 to 40 minutes and then put you on a treadmill for 20 to 30 minutes so that you will feel that you worked out for an hour. This again is not required, and you have learned that weight training should get over in less than 60 minutes in the strength training chapter. But in terms of fuel availability, it is still better than doing cardio before weights. Of course, it is not ideal. Cardio facts. What is better, running on the road or treadmill? Answer is, what is better, wearing a pink t-shirt or a yellow one? Depends on what you prefer, right? Choose between treadmill and road, depending on what makes you feel better and makes you feel like you put your time to good use. Personally, I like to run on a treadmill and cycle on the road. That is because, well, I just prefer it like that. Just make sure that your treadmill is of good quality and is regularly serviced. And if there is a hierarchy regarding what is better for your weight bearing joints, then here goes sand, grass, even mud path, and then come the treadmill or road. Some high Honda treadmills now have inbuilt cushioning, so they are slightly better than roads. Next question, I always get a headache, sinus attack post cardio or aerobic workout or long run or walks. Wow, that makes you a that makes you a walking, talking, hypoglycemic and heat injured athlete. Sip on water during exercise and post exercise, whether it was indoor or outdoor. Have a diluted salt glucose drink or the diluted nimbu pani and follow it up with the 4 hours. Also, do a longer warm up and a proper cool down before and after exercise till the condition settles. Lower both the intensity and duration of your workout and work on building up slowly over a few weeks. Next question. After long run, I am miles away from the post-workout meal. So any suggestions? What we can do? Carry dates and some raisins in your pocket and have that the minute you cool down and during stretching. My personal favorite option for long runs is a potato sandwich. Keep it in your car or at the place where you do your stretching. Eat it as soon as you are done stretching and definitely before heading back home. The last thing you want is an accident or injury post the long run. And it is a meal that fits you into the 4 hours perfectly well. So get home and before you shower, read the newspaper, etc., have your protein shake. So how about running without shoes? If you are not a trained athlete, which means that if you run a marathon in 4 hours or more than a half marathon in 2 hours or more than, no, don't even think about it. Shoes are crucial for the cushioning of your feet and your weight bearing joints required to carry your body weight for all the time it takes to finish your run. Walk around at home barefoot. Instead, you can also be barefoot on sand or grass, but on the roads, shoes please. Realistically, I can spare only 2 days to work out. So, what do you suggest? Well, definitely do your strengthening and to ensure that you don't completely ignore cardio. You can do an easy run on cycle for 20 minutes post strength training or the upper body day. That means the upper we can do 20 minutes cycling after strengthening of upper body because during weights you will utilize your glycogen. Even if the stores are going down or adjusted post exercise, it is not a limiting fuel for cardio as it can use your bone fat too and can keep you going post weights. That way, you are progressively overloading the aerobic energy or pathway to without making the investment of an other. Next question. I find cardio very boring, so I avoid it and only do weight training. But then sometimes I think, what about my heart health? Well, if you are seriously into weight training and lift respectable weights on your compound exercises for the large muscle groups, legs, back, chest, then know that those raise your heart rate and breathing too. Weight training may not be popular for its heart benefits, but it surely offers them to you. So don't worry, your heart is not complaining or sinking in size because of the choice of exercise. Also know that cardio turns boring because of the lack of challenge or overload on the aerobic pathway. If you learn to use the FIT principle, FITT principle, and the exercise now, I'm sure that even cardio will turn into an activity that you look forward to. Next question. I am following the Kenyan athlete training program for the marathon this year. Is that okay? The Kenyan training program or following any elite runners program is a mistake because you have completely overlooked your current fitness levels. So most Kenyan runners have a history of running from school to home, village to village, and sometimes ever even running to save their lives. You have almost never been in any of those situations. When they do hill runs for strength or train 3 times a day for endurance, know that they have the body weight, the strength, speed, agility, VO2 max to cope with or adapt to this stimuli. For us, city slickers, running every day can also be harmful. So stick to the basics. Rotate or alternate the energy system you choose to overload or any particular day. Get a day of strength training, spare a day for stretching and resting. Don't run more than 10% of what you ran the previous week. And then, and yes, run for the joy of it and run without risking injuries. चलिए आज के लिए इतना ही पढ़ेंगे फिर कल पढ़ेंगे हाउ डू आई कीप अप व्हाइल ट्रैवलिंग हमारे साथ डॉक्टर साहब हैं उनसे पूछते हैं बहुत ही अच्छा चैप्टर
Bhai, actually, I couldn't follow all these things today. These are all new things for me. I need time to discuss it.